Good evening, Agile acquisition enthusiasts, and welcome back to the Underground Digital Tiki Bar. It's Friday night, and that means it's time for another episode of Agile Acquisitions and Alcohol. Cheers. Well, I appreciate all the feedback and comments, and tonight's episode was a recommendation from one of my followers out there who suggested that I talk about the difference between modular contracting and short contracts. As you can imagine, there's a lot of confusion because of the push for quick, rapid development and short and small contracts, but there's implications, of course, right? It's hard for contractors, especially small, non-traditional government contractors, to have a ready workforce capable of coming in when there's only a 6-month guarantee of work. And this is a common misunderstanding. Modular contracting means breaking things up to reduce risk for the government, incentivize contractors, and ensure that we're getting access to the most modern technology. But it doesn't mean that contracts with a particular vendor should be of short nature. They can be long and enduring relationships. FAR Part 39.103 talks about this in great detail and actually encourages the contracting officer to ensure that they have methods for ensuring continued delivery and development. So what is modular contracting? Yeah, I absolutely love the 6-month periods of performance. I recommend them all the time. But I recommend the 6-month periods of performance in a situation where you have additional options after the initial 6 months. So you get them on contract. Look, in the government, it's hard to get started even working. The first 3 months are going to take team development, team cohesion, getting people access, security cards, clearances, all of these things take time. But getting them up to speed, getting them to start deliver, and making sure that everybody's able to move together with the sprint iteration process, and then assessing them at the end of the 6 months and determining if this relationship is working, let's keep going. This doesn't mean going back out and doing a brand new acquisition. It could. You could have a multiple award IDIQ and base continued performance on the level of evaluation of success. So if they're doing excellent, you keep going with them. If not, you consider opening the competition back up to the other vendors in the pool. Maybe the same vendor wins, maybe a different one does. But remember, every time you switch vendors, there's the challenge of getting them up to speed as well. So don't let the FAR be used against you. Modular contracting is a great thing. FAR Part 39 is very useful in all this. That's where most of the talk of everything we need to do is already there comes from. Make sure you're leveraging it, but you have to read the whole section. That's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a like. Go ahead and leave comments, provide additional topics you'd like to hear about, and of course, subscribe. And until next week, cheers.